Ladies and gentlemen, gamers and casual button mashers alike, welcome to a mind-boggling journey into the darkest realms of video game anatomy. Today, we will be delving into the shadows, peering into the enigmatic and somewhat perplexing existence of none other than the Master of Darkness himself, Noob Saibot, from the legendary Mortal Kombat video game series. Grab your controllers and buckle up, because we are about to unravel the mysteries of this spectral specter, a ninja with a flair for the dramatic, and a penchant for leaving opponents utterly bewildered. Get ready for a lesson in bone-crunching, spine-ripping, and face-smashing humor as we embark on an anatomical exploration that will leave your thumbs trembling and your mind twisting like a pretzel. Prepare for a wickedly entertaining adventure into the otherworldly abyss. Welcome to Noob Saibot, Beyond Shadows and Bones. But before we get into our explanation, we do have just one very small request. If you like our content, then please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is just one small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thanks. Now, let's begin.
Beyond? Yes.
Who is Noob Saibot, and why is he so different in the Mortal Kombat universe? Noob Saibot, the enigmatic character shrouded in secrecy, holds a special place in the Mortal Kombat universe. Created by the mischievous genius of Ed Boon, Noob Saibot made his clandestine debut as an all-black version of Scorpion, a hidden surprise in Mortal Kombat 2. The name itself is a playful nod to the surnames of Boon and the co-creator John Tobias, spelled backwards of course. This only adds an extra layer of whimsy to the character's mystique. Noob Saibot's arrival was a shock for Tobias, who was blissfully unaware of this hidden gem until well into the development of Mortal Kombat 3. It's as if Boon wanted to taunt his creative partner by whispering, "Hey John, I got your secret character right here." And the video evidence of Tobias and the rest of the Mortal Kombat team brainstorming character names for the next installment, oblivious to Noob Saibot's existence, is a humorous testament to Boon's cunning. Discovering Noob Saibot was not an easy feat for the players either. They had to achieve a remarkable 50 consecutive victories in versus mode, a challenge that kept the secret character locked away from all but those skilled and dedicated combatants. This elusiveness only added to the allure and fascination surrounding Noob Saibot. Over time, Noob Saibot's story has expanded and intertwined within the Mortal Kombat lore. He was revealed to be the original Sub-Zero, a member of the Brotherhood of Shadow, and a servant of the sorcerer Quan Chi. As his backstory unfolded, players developed a deeper appreciation for the character, realizing that beneath his seemingly dumb name lay a complex and intriguing persona. Noob Saibot's enduring popularity speaks volumes about the enduring charm of Mortal Kombat's hidden secrets. Despite the passage of 3 decades, fans continue to embrace and adore his enigmatic figure. And with the character's canonical name now being established as Bi-Han, there is even more room for Noob Saibot to make his mark in future Mortal Kombat films. In the ever-evolving landscape of Mortal Kombat's hidden gems, Noob Saibot remains a testament to Ed Boon's mischievousness and the joy of discovering the unexpected. As we ponder the question of whether all the secrets have been unearthed, only one thing is clear: only Ed truly knows. And perhaps he will continue to leave us guessing and even grinning as the Mortal Kombat saga continues to unfold.
Quan Chi's creations do not die easily. Kronika offers me a new clan to lead.
What are Noob Saibot's powers as Sub-Zero? Noob Saibot, the dark and frosty alter ego of Sub-Zero, is someone you should not mess with in the realm of Mortal Kombat. Armed with an icy arsenal of powers, he takes the concept of chilling out to a whole new level. As Sub-Zero, Noob Saibot's mastery over the element of ice puts even his younger brother to shame. He wields this power with an icy finesse that could make even an Eskimo shiver in envy. With a mere touch, he can freeze his opponents, turning them into human popsicles, ready to be shattered with a single strike. It is like playing a high-stakes game of freeze tag, but instead of taking your opponent, you turn them into a frozen statue. Talk about a chilling victory. But Noob Saibot's icy talents don't stop there. He can concentrate his frosty powers into one explosive blast and freeze the very air itself. Imagine walking into a room and then suddenly feeling a chill that makes you question your own life choices. That is Noob Saibot, turning the temperature down a few notches and making sure everyone knows who is the coolest fighter around. Pun very much intended there. Now, let's not ignore Noob Saibot's physical prowess. He is not just a frosty magician, he is a powerhouse of brutality. His strength surpasses that of mere mortals, which allows him to perform spine-ripping acts of violence with ease. He could give the Hulk a run for his money in a strength competition, and I wouldn't exactly be surprised if he bench-pressed glaciers for warm-up exercises. In terms of speed, Noob Saibot can zip around like a freezing breeze. His agility is so impressive that he would probably win gold if he were in the ice skating Olympics without even lacing up a pair of skates. His opponents opponent feel like they're fighting a blur of black and blue as he maneuvers with grace and precision, leaving them frozen in awe. Now, let's take a look at his toughness. Noob Saibot can take a beating like a champ. He is built to withstand blows that would shatter bones and liquefy organs in lesser beings. It is like trying to break a block of ice with a toothpick. You're only going to get so much progress, and you might just end up with a sore tooth. So, when Noob Saibot steps into the Mortal Kombat arena, he brings a rigid fury that sends shivers down his opponent's spines. Quite literally, he is a walking winter wonderland of power, freezing his enemies to the core with his icy cold abilities and showing them what it truly means to be left out in the cold. How does he use his shadow and duplicating powers? Noob Saibot, the shadowy maestro of mischief, knows how to manipulate darkness in ways that would make even vampires envious. After his transformation, his powers took a turn towards the shadowy and supernatural, which allowed him to become the ultimate trickster of Mortal Kombat. One of Noob Saibot's favorite shadowy tricks is rendering himself invisible. He disappears like a magician's rabbit, leaving his opponent scratching their heads and swinging at thin air. It's like trying to catch a shadow with a butterfly net, an exercise in futility that only adds to his opponent's frustration. But Noob Saibot doesn't stop at mere invisibility. Oh no, he's also got teleportation skills that would make even Dr. Strange raise an eyebrow. He could whisk himself away to a different location in the blink of an eye, leaving his adversaries dumbfounded and questioning the laws of physics. This kind of feels like playing hide and seek with a ninja ghost who always knows the best hiding spots. And let's not forget about his power to manipulate the effectiveness of his own abilities and those of others as well. He can amp up his own powers to deliver devastating blows or dampen the skills of his opponents, making them as effective as a rubber sword in a pillow fight. This is like having a remote control for combat, turning the volume of his opponent's skills up or down as he pleases. Talk about the ultimate party pooper. But Noob Saibot's bag of shadowy trickers doesn't even end there. He can also snatch away the powers of other combatants with a simple projectile attack. It's like trying to play a game of catch, except instead of throwing a ball, he's just simply taking your superpowers like a sneaky thief in the night. And if that's not enough, he could even summon a doppelganger of himself, dubbed Saibot, to lift his opponents into the air, leaving them feeling like they're part of a twisted circus act. Noob Saibot also has a fondness for shuriken, those little ninja throwing stars that seem to multiply in his hands. He seems to have an endless supply of these razor-edged projectiles, making him the ultimate weapon-wielding show-off. Now, if that's not enough, he has even wielded a Warhammer-like weapon, proving that he's not afraid to mix it up and deliver some serious smacks with style. Now, let's talk a little bit about his shadow clone, the dark doppelganger that accompanies him into battle. This sneaky companion can be summoned to overwhelm opponents with sheer numbers. It's like having a shadowy twin who is always ready to lend a hand, or a devastating punch. And you will not believe this, but Noob Saibot can even summon his clone inside live opponents, bypassing external defenses and tearing them apart from within. It is a twisted game of shadow possession that would make even exorcists reconsider their career options. So, when Noob Saibot steps into the Mortal Kombat stage, he brings a bag of shadowy tricks that would make any illusionist proud. He dances between darkness and light, teleporting, duplicating, and stealing powers like a mischievous phantom. Well, you think it's like watching a magic show with a dark twist? Well, since he leaves his opponents awestruck and utterly dumbfounded, Noob Saibot, the Master of Shadows, would definitely be the ultimate magician, and also the reason why darkness has never been so much fun. Exploring the unique personality of Noob Saibot. Noob Saibot, the cold-hearted ninja with a personality that could freeze Sub-Zero's tears into icicles. Bi-Han, the original Master of Darkness, was not exactly a warm and fuzzy guy, even before his transformation. If compassion and empathy were spices, he would be serving up probably a bowl of plain oatmeal, while his brother, Kuai Liang, dished out a spicy vindaloo. Bi-Han had a unique approach to problem-solving, which involved eliminating enemies like a kid demolishing a sandcastle at the beach, without any shred of second thoughts. Loyalty to Lin Kuei was his calling card, and he would happily take on any task, no matter how risky or morally dubious, like a daredevil circus performer with a taste for danger. Money was his motivating force, and if Raiden raised an eyebrow, Bi-Han would casually shrug it off, claiming he was earning his living. Well, I suppose that everyone needs a side hustle, even if it involves helping shady characters like Quan Chi retrieve ancient amulets. After his resurrection as Noob Saibot, Bi-Han dialed up his ruthless style to 11, proving that being dead doesn't thaw your heart, it just makes it colder than a polar bear's picnic. He became a master of committing heinous crimes, like an evil overlord who did not bother with petty things like empathy or compassion. Who needs warm and fuzzy when you've got cold and calculated? But wait, there's even more. In the rebooted timeline, Noob Saibot turned out to be a walking nightmare, even worse than before. Hatred flowed through his veins like molten lava as he despised the Shirai Ryu clan and rejected peace like, well, a kid who despises vegetables. He didn't even bother to hold his tongue in front of Scorpion, insulting his undead clan. and stirring up trouble like a mischievous little imp. Arrogance oozed from every pore of Noob Saibot's charming personality. He was surely convinced that he was a perfect creation of Quan Chi, like a supervillain with an inflated ego. He developed a deep-rooted hatred for his brother, Kuai Liang, claiming that they were no longer brothers, and engaging in good old-fashioned sibling rivalry, the side of Mortal Kombat. Can Noob Saibot perform teleportation? Teleportation, the go-to trick in every ninja's playbook, and Noob Saibot is no exception. This dark and sneaky character knows how to make an entrance, or even an exit for that matter, in the most stylish and mystifying way possible. In the older Mortal Kombat games, Noob Saibot's teleportation skills were a sight to behold. He would open dark portals that acted like cosmic gateways, which allowed him to swiftly shift from one location to another. It's like using a teleportation app on your smartphone, but with a much cooler, shadowy interface. But Noob Saibot didn't stop at simply teleporting himself. Oh no, he has a mischievous side that likes to play with his opponent's sense of space and time. He could trap unsuspecting foes in his dark portals, leaving them in a cosmic limbo of confusion. It's like sending your enemies to an unplanned interdimensional vacation, where the only souvenirs they can bring back are disorientation and regret. As the Mortal Kombat series evolved, so did Noob Saibot's teleportation abilities. In Mortal Kombat 2011 and Mortal Kombat 11, he took the teleportation to a whole new level of mind-bending madness. He could transform into liquid, slipping through the cracks of reality like a shadowy eel, only to reform in a different spot. This makes me feel like being caught in a cosmic blender, with Noob Saibot pressing the liquefy and reassemble button for an otherworldly smoothie of surprise. But wait, we have even more. Noob Saibot can use portals, not just for his own teleportation, but also to reposition himself or his opponents. And if that wasn't enough to make you question reality, Noob Saibot can use his portals to deliver a crushing blow, literally. Those unfortunate souls who find themselves caught in his dark gateway might just experience the joy of being crushed and disintegrated. It's like being caught in a cosmic trash compactor, where the only way out is through a pile of pulverized bones. Ouch. Noob Saibot's teleportation skills also extend to his mastery of Bunshin techniques, the art of summoning multiple clones. He can unleash a small army of shadowy replicas to restrain his opponents, leaving them tangled in a web of confusion and frustration. It feels like a ninja circus, where the clowns are shadowy doppelgangers and the tightrope is made out of pure chaos. So, when Noob Saibot teleports onto the Mortal Kombat stage, he brings with him a bag of tricks that would make even Houdini raise an eyebrow. From dark portals to liquid transformations, he turns teleportation into a mesmerizing spectacle of shadowy wizardry. It's like watching a magic show, but albeit one where the magician keeps pulling rabbits out of his teleportation hat, leaving his opponents bewildered and wondering if they've accidentally stumbled into a parallel universe. Noob Saibot is definitely a master of teleportation and the trickster of shadows. Exploring some of the deadliest moves of Noob Saibot. Noob Saibot, the shadowy master of Mortal Kombat, possesses a deadly arsenal of moves that will leave his opponents quaking in their boots. From borrowed techniques to his unique shadow-infused attacks, Noob knows precisely how to make his presence felt on the battlefield. Let's start with the Hidden Claw move, a sly nod to his counterpart Scorpion. Noob shoots out a spear on a rope, snaring his opponent and dragging them over for a free hit. It's like you're fishing for compliments, albeit compliments that come in the form of a bone-crushing blow. But Noob doesn't solely rely on borrowed moves. He also comes featured with a confusing teleport up his sleeve, disappearing into a puff of smoke only to reappear behind the unsuspecting foe, delivering a surprise punch from the shadows. It's like playing a game of teleportation tag, but with Noob always being one step ahead. Now, let's not forget about the slide tackle, a scissor kick maneuver that sends opponents sprawling. It's like watching a clumsy ice skater slip and slide, only to be met with a kick to the face instead of applause. In the air, Noob Saibot can be just as lethal. He can perform air throw, snatching his opponent mid-flight and hurling them to the ground like a discarded ragdoll. But Noob's real talent lies in his ability to disable his opponents. With his disabler attack, he sends out a ghostly fireball, disabling their special moves and blocking it. It's like you're pushing the mute button, only on their combat abilities, leaving them defenseless and vulnerable to his shadowy onslaught. And if that wasn't enough, the enhanced version, Spirit Ball, only adds confusion to the mix, making his opponents wonder if they're fighting a ninja or some sort of twisted illusion. Noob Saibot's teleportation skills take center stage once again with his teleport slam. Vanishing into thin air, he reappears behind his opponent, grabbing them and slamming them into the ground. It's like playing a twisted game of cosmic whack-a-mole, with Noob being the mole and his opponents being the unfortunate targets. Now, let's also take a look at the shadow throw. Noob sends a shadowy construct that grabs his opponent and tosses them into the air. It's like being caught in a ghostly wrestling match, with the shadowy referee dishing out painful slams instead of counts. Noob Saibot's mastery of darkness extends to his projectile attacks as well. He can shoot out fireballs, be it a regular pink one or a bluish-white variant, It's as if you're watching a fireworks show, except instead of colorful explosions, you're subjected to the sounds of pain and suffering. But Noob Saibot's deadliest moves are reserved for his X-ray and fatal blow attacks. In Together Again, he and his shadowy clone team up to deliver a bone-crushing blow, breaking skulls, spines, and hearts. It's like watching a twisted tag team match, where the opponent doesn't stand a chance against the shadowy duo. Noob Saibot's moves are as dark and deadly as the shadow he controls. From teleportation tricks to disabling attacks, he is a tough opponent that should not be taken lightly in any Mortal Kombat arena. So beware, for once Noob Saibot unleashes his shadowy powers, there is no escaping his wrath. Can Noob Saibot be killed? Oh, so you want to know about the enigmatic Noob Saibot, the shadowy wraith with a penchant for evil. Can he be killed, you ask? Well, let's all unravel the twisted tale of his existence together. You see, Noob Saibot, formerly known as Bihan, met his demise at the hands of none other than Scorpion. In a fiery battle fueled by revenge, Scorpion impaled Bihan in his back, sending him into the great beyond. But that was not the end of our shadowy friend. Thanks to the meddling of the sorcerer Quan Chi, Bihan was resurrected as a wraith, stripped of his humanity and any shred of goodness. From that point on, he became the notorious Noob Saibot, a force of darkness and malevolence. Now, being a wraith has its perks. Noob does possess a certain degree of immortality, which allows him to cheat death in some rather unconventional ways, though. For example, he survived being thrown into Soulnado by Nightwolf. Instead of meeting his doom, however, Noob embraced the swirling vortex and absorbed the souls within him, using their energy to fuel his dark power. Talk about turning a soul-sucking situation to his advantage. But that is far from the last of it. Noob Saibot harbors an unusual connection to his trusty sickle, which is conventionally lodged right in his heart. You would think that this would be a problem, right? Well, apparently not for our shadowy friend. He nonchalantly sheathes and unsheathes his weapon, seemingly unaffected by the precarious position. It's almost as if he's saying, "Hey, I've got a sickle in my heart and I'm still standing. Beat that." So, while Noob Saibot may have faced defeat in battles against the likes of Jax and Scorpion, well, he has a knack for cheating death and returning to wreak havoc once again. He's like that annoying cockroach that just won't die, except that he's dressed in a shadowy ninja garb. Noob Saibot may have met his match in combat, but he has proved time and time and time again that he is no ordinary mortal. He dances with death, brushes off injuries, and thrives in darkness. So, let us ask again, can Noob Saibot be truly killed? Well, let's just say that he has quite the skill at dodging the Grim Reaper's grasp and leaving us mortals scratching our heads in disbelief. Marvelous verdict. And there you have it, fellow adventurers of the virtual realms. We have journeyed into the very essence of Noob Saibot's enigmatic anatomy, unraveling the secrets of his shadowy existence and emerging from the darkness, enlightened and entertained. From his bone-shattering moves to his spine-chilling fatalities, Noob Saibot has proven to be a powerful and tough opponent, captivating both players and spectators alike. As we bid farewell to this fascinating exploration, let us now take a moment to appreciate the intricate craftsmanship that brings these virtual characters to life. Behind the pixels and polygons, there are a team of dedicated designers, animators, and storytellers who breathe life into these iconic figures, weaving tales of skill, strength, and shadowy intrigue. So, the next time you pick up your controller and engage in virtual combat, just remember the anatomy that we've uncovered today. Respect the shadows, but fear not for their embrace. Noob Saibot may be a formidable opponent, but he serves as a reminder of the boundless creativity and imagination that makes the world of gaming ever so captivating. May your future battles be filled with triumph, and may you never shy away from exploring the depths of gaming's most intriguing characters. Let us know in the comment section below what your thoughts are on Noob Saibot, and if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to leave us a like and subscribe on your way out. Until our next adventure together, keep gaming, keep discovering, and keep embracing the extraordinary. Farewell, my fellow adventurers, and may your path always be illuminated, even in the darkest of realms.